and mute everybody out. And so as we come into standing, and as we are at the last week of the month, so we are absolutely, let me aim the camera up here a little bit. We are absolutely coming into, I call it the penthouse apartment, shoulders and neck, but that is just along for the ride. So what happens below is greatly going to affect that. So if you think of the first picture, you had this picture where the tail was kind of tucked a little bit. In this picture here, there is the pec minors have shortened. The ribs are sitting right down on the hips. So everything is really congested in the front, still forward head posture. But I had to look at the other one, the anatomy guy, and that's my son. I didn't dare put that in the email. But he stands like this. And so here we have a lot of tightness across the lumbar spine. Head is still forward because this is how he works. So this is the green light reflex. And so we're going to be going back and forth working with both of these tonight. So it's good to know, what is my shape? Is it where the whole front, the red light is congested? Or is it the hyperextended knees and I am at the ready posture? Neither one is ideal, so they will probably have pain. So let's come onto our back body now, onto the floor. And we'll assess, and there's ways that we can assess it here. Oh, now I need to aim the camera down again because I vanished. And so as you take your legs out straight, if you notice right off the bat that pulls your low back up and away from the floor, so you're orienting more towards the tailbone, then we know the hip flexors are tight. And we will hang out with them a little bit because that is what pulls the whole caboose down. So tending to all of these areas first is paramount. And let's go ahead and bend up the knees. We'll place a hand on the lower abdomen. And I'm going to go and close my window because my neighbor decided to start cutting his lawn. Timing is everything, they say. There, how's that? So as we begin with the belly breathing, getting the diaphragm all on board. That is what connects the upper to the lower and vice versa. Feeling the expansion of your abdomen on the in-breath, and the ease from breathing out, just letting go. So on the in-breath, we do contract the diaphragm. That is what brings the belly poofing out as it is pressing down all the organs, giving everything a little massage. And let's begin to invite that into our arch and flatten so we can begin to bring a little bit of ease. So as we inhale, arch, low back contracts. And we exhale, we float back to neutral. We'll take a breath in for nothing. And as we exhale, now contract the front. Draw the belly button down towards the floor, so hollow out the belly. And then let that go. On the in-breath, we'll take a buffer breath. In and out. Let's repeat. Inhale, arch. Sensing the contraction of the muscles on the back. And we float back to neutral. We'll take a breath in for nothing. And exhale, flat. Hollow out, so you feel the whole front of the abdomen sinking down. If you're not sure, you can always take a hand to your lower abdomen and check. That means we've gotten the abdominis rectus, not rectus, transversus, your corset on board. Always take that buffer breath. And we repeat. Arch. Neutral. A breath in for nothing, ready to flatten. Easing to neutral. So letting go, not forcing the return, which can take a little bit of time. We'll do one more. So on the next in-breath, arch. We float back to neutral. Breath in for nothing. And hollow out, flat. And release. Breathing in and out. Drawing the right knee into the chest. No hands, just pulling it in. So we're activating the hip flexors, releasing it down, AKA the psoas. Sliding the leg out. Take a breath in and out. Let the hip, the whole leg relax, go heavy. So we incorporated this one last week. It's such a great way for the psoas. We've been sitting down a lot. Well, we've had a great shock. It will contract. Let's draw the knees in again. And this week was horrid. Slowly releasing the leg down. Sliding the leg out. Being gentle. Tender. Compassionate. And kind. Let's do that one more time. Feeling the contraction at the front of the hip. Lowering the leg down, sliding it out. And then let's slide the left leg out and just pause. Breathing in and out of the belly, and notice, is right side different from the left? In terms of how you feel the breath, how you feel the back body. So tonight's pondering is a lot about our skin, feeling the skin, the sensory neurons reporting back to the brain. Our skin suit, as Little likes to call it. Let's place our right knee up and have the left leg out. And we'll slide the left leg in, drawing it into the chest and releasing it down. I love this one for its simplicity and yet the powerful way it has to really get to the psoas. The psoas doesn't have a good antagonist to help it release. It tightens, it stays tight. Sliding in again. And slowly release. Breathing in and out. Breathing into not just your lower abdomen, but into your hip, all the way down into the leg. Moving at a pace that's suitable and soothing for your body. In many ways, the somatic work is like soothing a really upset toddler. Let's do it one more time. And if you'd ever tried to disagree with an upset toddler, you know who's gonna win. It ain't you. So here, we listen in. We ask, how can I help? And let's slide the right leg out. Pause. If you find that line with your legs straight is irritating to your back, go ahead and bend them up again. But we'll do some scapular scrubs here. So slide your right shoulder blade down and then let that go. Slide the left down and let that go. It's going to go from side to side. But as you slide the right down, let the left come up. Then we're doing a little ziggity-zaggity. Scrubbing the shoulder blades on the floor. Freeing the shoulder blades between these layers of fascia so that they can slide and glide. Sliding. One shoulder blade up, one shoulder blade down. Just let your head rock and roll with this. Don't try to corral the neck. Let it be fluid and watery. So these first poses are really going to be good for the shoulder work here. You're going to let that go if there is a nerve plexi impingement in the upper chest. If we have tingling in the arms, hands, fingers. What's going to happen with the forward head posture, because the nerves have to travel under the collarbones, as that is collapsed down onto the ribs, we're going to be feeling it. Let's take the arms out to the sides. So T position. Now slide the shoulder blades to one side and then to the other. So a little sickety-sackety. Giving ourselves a little bit of here, thoracic scoliosis. One shoulder blade moves towards the spine, the other moves away from the spine. These movements are good if there are frozen shoulder thingies too. We're working against gravity. Let's pause. Slide the arms back down to about 45 degrees again. Now go ahead and bend up your knees. We'll go to the right arm. We're going to do like this little silver dollar under the right shoulder blade. So you're going to draw a little circle. So as you're marking on your floor, it is the shoulder blade. The arm is going to follow along as you draw circles. So this is a horizontal circle, like a little mini lazy Susan or a record player, just going around and around. And we'll switch direction. So here we are isolating. Now we're putting all these movements together that we just did, but we want to do one shoulder blade at a time so we can feel are these circles producing. So when we are notice there is some clickety clack on the track, it's just so good to repeat them until things begin to even out. So this may be a practice that you enjoy for a week or a couple of weeks. And then once things have sorted out, you can let it go. Now pausing and just notice your right shoulder blade on the floor compared to the left. What changed? And then let's tend to the left. Little circles of the shoulder blades. So don't pay any attention to your arm. It's going to have to follow along as you circle the shoulder blades. Remember, they are connected. This is the easy side. Let's switch direction, or the side that needs a little bit more focused attention. So if a movement feels really awkward, slow it down, make it smaller. That way you're actually giving your motor cortex more information rather than when we try to make it really big. So that's how we can help rehabilitate a body part, slowing it down. And we'll let that go. Take the arms out and place them behind the head. And take that back behind the neck. And so interlace the elbows, but it is behind the neck. You're going to draw the elbows up and you're going to catch your cheekbones. It's going to feel a little weird and just do a little slide down for the masseter muscle. Catching the cheekbone and gently slide it down. That helps move lymph on the face if we have a forward head posture, or if we've had a lot of dental work. This is really, really good. Or receding gums. So gently sliding down. Catching your jaw. This is a new one. We haven't done this before. And then let your hands come out to the side. Your elbows, sorry, not hands, your elbows out to the side. So hands are still behind the neck, not under the head. And then we're going to inhale and draw the elbows up towards the face. We're just going to make big circles with the elbows. So making the movement a little bit bigger. Circling the elbows. And so you may lose you might want to lose your grip behind the neck a wee bit. That's perfectly fine. Let's switch direction. Is that smooth and easy, or does that feel a little bit different? And if you like to do these facial sweeps, like a little facial in Somatic, by all means. And then let's leave the elbows out to the sides. We'll slide the hands up now so they are under the head. Now on the next in-breath, press the elbows downwards, just gently, nothing hard or overly done. Letting go. So having a chat with the pec majors, they go across from sternum to upper arm bone. And when these are tight with the red light reflex, the elbows may be lifted up a little bit, so lengthening out. So we started by just getting the shoulder blades moving and to facilitate. So now let's work a little bit more with the pec majors. We'll inhale and arch, so we're moving into the arch and curl. Exhale, move right into the flattening, draw the elbows up and then curling up. So we're moving into that shortening of the front seam. Keep the low back long and down as you slowly release the head back down. Now relift the elbows so you feel the shoulder blade spreading. And let's count the elbows down from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Everything cools. Take a buffer breath in and out. And then we repeat. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flattening elbows in. And then tightening that whole front seam so the top of the elbows comes out. The head is just laying in the hands. So it's an abdominis rectus contraction. And now slowly unzip the front, lengthening up. Keep the low back down. Once you have placed the head back down, let's relift the elbows so the shoulder blades spread a little bit more. And let's count them down again from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now relift just an inch or so here at 4. We're just going to contract at 4 and relift. So you feel more the outer fibers here. And we're going to count that down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull. Letting go. So especially at the end position, we can add a little bit more juice by re-engaging the muscles and then release them again and see if the elbows came down just a little bit lower. Now walking your feet about as wide as the mat. And then inhale, take the knees down to the right. Ground your left shoulder. We exhale back up. And we inhale to the other side. Ground the opposite. So we're working on that diagonal line. Opening the side seam. So again, with the red light, this is shortened. And so to get the shoulders up and shoulder blades in the back pocket, as many teachers likes to say, or at least used to say, you can't slide them in the pocket if they are being pulled down on the front. So inhaling down, exhaling up. And let the head be just whatever it wants to do right now. No force. How easy can you make it? Notice the sense of release as you go to the side. And then sense a contraction on the side seam as you come up. The external, the upper obliques, and internal obliques fires as you return and lengthens out. Really good to stretch the lung tissue open. And who does not want their lung tissue wide open? And next time we come up to center. Let's release the hands. Slide the legs out and pause. What are you feeling? What is the feedback that you are getting? But let's go ahead and bend up the knees again. We'll take the arms out to a T position with the palms facing up. And then I invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to count down from 15. And we're slowly going to lift the arms up. And may they come together when we reach 1. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, palms touching. And then lift the arms straight up. And then pull the shoulders down towards the floor. So we're freeing the tissue around the collarbones, the shoulders. A little bit more shoulder slide lifting up and down. Feel the shoulder blade sliding on the back. And feel the spaciousness on the front. Sensing, lifting the top ribs off, or the collarbones off the top ribs. And we'll switch it a little bit. So we're going to have one arm down, one arm up. So sliding right or left up, side to side. Now letting your hips get a little jiggy with this. It's almost like you're walking. There's a little bit of rocking from side to side. The same side hip as the arm lifts up. And then from here, taking the arms straight up again, reaching up through the fingertips. So we have protracted, lifted up. We'll do the same countdown. So slowly from 15, 14, we're going to let the arms float towards the floor. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Now pause here and re-lift about an inch, maybe 2. Feel that contraction in the outer pec majors. And we're going to count from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Did they land at the same time? Everything pulls. Everything pulls. Take your left hand and place it on top of the right shoulder. So we're going to do a little bit of an arm slide. And this is what to move lymph to. This is whole complex here in our armpit. And so lifting the arm up and then slide your left arm all the way up to the palm. And you just slide it down again, gently tracking across that complex of lymph to the sternum, and we go back up again. The lymph, such an interesting system in the body. I'm just going to go back and forth, sliding up and then gently pulling down. So you're not being really firm in the hand. If you've ever had a lymph massage, it's a very light touch. We want to move the lymph towards the heart, the portals that are on the midline of the body. Lymph doesn't move like blood does, because blood has its own pumping system. Lymph moves through the contraction and release of muscles. Scoops up viruses and debris. It's like a little sanitation service, just rumbling through town. All right, we're going to let that go as it comes down. And just pause, taking your arms out to the sides. Sensing your skin suit on your right arm, the left arm. And we'll take the the right hand on the left shoulder. So our skin is an amazing organ. Because if that's tight, and it responds to our emotion, to fear and fright, it tightens, it restricts. So here, just gently smoothing out, lifting the arm, sliding it back down. So the arm comes up straight. Keep the elbow straight. Reaching to the sky, sliding down. This should feel very nurturing. And we'll conclude with this one. And release. Let's slide the legs out again and pause. I invite you to turn your palms down. So we don't do this very often. But notice as you turn the palms down how the shoulders kind of pop up a little bit and pulls towards the hips. So with tight pecs, this feels more natural than with pecs that are released where the arms just flops out. So we're going to just address the pecs a little bit more here. Slide the right arm down so it's just a little palm scrub. And just go from side to side. So kind of where we began, except we have it changed. the orientation. So that means we are changing the muscles that we are using. Sliding down. And notice how is this different from when we did it with the palms facing up? If you're not sure, go ahead and flip the arms and see, does it feel different? When we were doing our little scalp scrub at the beginning, that doesn't sound very nice. Scapular scrub sounds better. Shoulder blades. Just to brush away any tension that may have accumulated. We're going to go ahead and bend up the knees again. We'll take the hands behind the head again. We're going to work a little bit with the neck. So the neck a little goes a long way. These muscles are small and easily irritated. As you know, if you have woken up, you couldn't turn your head because the levator scapula got stuck. So point the nose straight up to the sky. Place the teacup on your forehead. Let's take a breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, gently flatten the low back and then lift the head straight up. It may be half an inch. Feel the muscles on the front of your neck contracting. And slowly, 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 lower down. Let everything hold. We'll do that again. Take a breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, just a gentle flattening of the back so that when we isolate the lift to the neck, give the head a hammock, but the lift comes from the head and you feel the front contracting. And slowly release. Inviting blood flow to the area. So not just the muscles, but we got some really important equipment here. The thyroid and parathyroid glands. So let's turn the head, look to the right. So we've slit the teacup onto the left temple. Take a breath in again for nothing. And as you exhale, lift the head straight up. So it's a little bit of a chin jutty. And now we are talking to the rotators of the neck. Slowly release all the way down. Everything cools. So with a forward head posture, if you look at that very first picture, you can see how long the front of the neck is getting compared to the back of the neck, which is all jammed together. We're going to work with that just in a moment. Let's do this one more time. Breath in for nothing. Exhale, flatten, and lift. So jut the chin a little bit. So your side, you're keeping that teacup right on the side. And slowly release. And then very slowly and gently, just turn the head to the other side. Slide the teacup all the way over on your right temple. Take a breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, flat and lift. And slowly, 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 lower down. Off your breath. And let's do that one more time. Inhale for nothing. Exhale, gently flattening, and then lift. So we are working against gravity. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your neck, you can press the head down instead of lifting up, so it becomes an isometric movement. And then slowly Come back to neutral, back to center. We're gonna bookend it for where we started. Inhaling for nothing, exhale, we flatten again. Teacup is on the forehead and we lift straight up. Front of the neck engages. And we lower it. And we let go. Notice the sensation in the neck. I'm going to take the arms out and just let everything rest. And that gets us ready for the next part. We're giving our shoulders a little bit of break. We're going to take them all the way up to the steeple again. So this time, I'm not going to count you up or down. I invite you just to slowly lift your arms up. Notice the sensations. Right and left. Always make any adjustments if there is pain and discomfort. Now, the arms are going to go right, nose is going to go left. So it's not a big movement. But this works with the neck. Again, you're going to keep going to the same side. Just keep going to the same side. It unsticks, again, that front complex. Ribs, chest, neck. Nose and hands opposite. And then here, we'll go to the other side. Maybe this is the easy side, so not a big movement. Don't force the neck. Again, let it be super fluid, watery. And then from here, I'm going to take the arms all the way back down again. Just take your time. You're just floating down. Easy, easy, easy. Slide the legs out. Pause and assess. The arms all the way down. And we're going to take your time. We're going to roll over onto the belly. Let the tops of your feet rest on your mat and make sure they're all the way on the mat. Let your forehead just rest on the back of your hands. You can turn your head if that feels better. Again, take care of your neck. Breathing in and out. So breathing in and out sends the breath in your lower abdomen, in your sacrum, into the pelvis. And just slide one leg down and let it slink back. Slide the other leg down. It slinks back. So a little bit of a sacral pelvis scrub. Side to side. So a little psoas massage. We'll tuck the toes under. And then inhale, press the heels back, press the hips down. And then lift, stretch the belly button forward. But keeping the tailbone oriented towards your heels so the glutes are firing here. And we let that go. Let that go. And then we're going to lift up again. This time we're going to slide the elbows in a little bit so that we can clasp the elbows from side to side. That just gives us a little bit more stable base for the shoulders. And then let your head hang down like a very right plum. And so now we're going to work with those muscles that have gotten really tight in the back with the forward head posture. So as you inhale, contract the muscles in the back of the neck to lift the head up. Feeling these muscles contracting. I keep drawing the sternum forward as the chin draws up. Don't overdo it. And now slowly as you can, begin to release the head down. So this very right plum slowly droops back down, lengthening out the vertebrae, so the front of the neck might like to help out, but we're using gravity. Once the head hangs, we're going to contract again. Contract the back of the neck. Shoulder blades are sliding down. Head slowly float up. So these extensor muscles of the neck. Contracting. Shoulder blades down. Collarbones broad. And again, take your time. Keep the shoulder blades down. As you slowly release the head down. These muscles, they get so overworked. Let's do it one more time. Contracting. Lifting. And lengthening out. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now from here, let's take the left arm down alongside and then turn the head and look at your right elbow. Let your head just rest your left cheek on the back of your right hand. So we'll work a little bit more with our neck rotators and flexors. So here, Inhaling and just lift the head, looking over your right shoulder. And exhale, releasing back down. If it feels better to have your forehead down, do that. Do what feels comfortable. We'll do it again. On the inhalation, press the hips down, lift and look over your right shoulder. And we slowly release. And we'll do that one more time. When you're ready, hips presses down, head lift. And lower. Let's switch that out to the other side. Press the right arm down, take the left up, take the right arm down, and we set up, ready to go on the other side. Inhaling, lift, looking over the shoulder. What's available? Make it easy. Drop the breath in between. Lifting, turning, and lowering down. Drop the breath when you're ready. One more. So we're just doing what we did a long time ago as babies, beginning to orient around, getting ready to crawl, lifting that big head of a baby. And then somehow we kind of get so good at it, we forget. We're going to switch back to the first side. And here we're going to begin to bank it a little bit. We're going to lift right arm along with the head, but also the left leg. So we'll take a breath in, press the hips down, and lift. Opposite arm and leg. And then slowly lower down. So this is part of the daily cat stretch. Above for breath. When you're ready, press the hips down, head, arm, and leg, opposite leg. So the other side of the coin. Shoring it up. We have done all the releasing, now we're banking it. One more. Lifting. And lowering. And let's switch out. Slide the left arm up, right arm down. When you're ready, inhale, hips down. Lifting left arm and head and right leg. We get the whole back seam firing up. Up for breath. So important. Otherwise, we just begin to bang out. With no awareness. When you're ready, on the in-breath, pressing the hips down. Then floating up on the breath. And then release. One more. When you're ready. Easy. And then from here, slide one arm out and roll onto your back. Again. Let's hug the knees in. And then cross the right shin over the left. So Supta, Sukhasana, reclined, easy pose. And reach down and catch shins or legs. I'm lifting up to catch. And so I'm catching either the outer knees or shins, but I'm rolling up to get a good hold on it. And then I release the head back down again. Let there be a little bit of some fight. Not fight, that's not the best word. But pressing into the hands. So we're also resetting the muscles of the hips and the sacrum. Breathing in and out. We can rock and roll from side to side. And we'll switch to the other side. Other shin on top. Again, lifting up to catch your feet, or shins and outer knees. Lower it down. And again, I'm sharpening over my outer legs. I feel the pluming of my tail feathers. Breathing in and out. And releasing the legs down. Sliding the legs out. Interlace the fingers. So unileg, consolidating again to midline. Draw the arms overhead as far as they go comfortable. Straight elbows, straight elbows. We'll take the arms up. We'll switch that interlace. Press the palms up for the other side to go. Reaching out through the heels. And we'll take the arms up. And Shavasana. So take a moment to settle in, now feeling your skin suit. Did it get a little bit more spacious with our practice tonight? As you breathe in and out. Observing what is present. So hum. So the sound of the in-breath and hum the sound of the out-breath. The mantra that translates to I am that. I am that. And then gently begin to deepen your breath and begin to transition up into a comfortable seated posture. We'll bring our palms together and invite you to chant Om Shanti, 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 Om with me. The prayer for peace in our hearts, in our communities, and in the world. Let's take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you. Namaste.